Hello everyone, it's Theme Park Avenue, I'm Eric, and today I'm going to be talking about the big coaster coming to Universal Islands of Adventure, VelociCoaster. This looks to be their biggest ride in years, even compared to Hagrid, which seemed to be a pretty major investment. But this is a new step for Universal. It's a massive launch coaster, and I think it may have potential to be the best in the world. Before discussing why I think this, I'd like to ask that you subscribe to the channel. We've been growing a lot lately, and my channel has been doing really well. I appreciate all of your support, and I hope you'll continue to support me. I'd also like to thank AmusementInsider for allowing me to use this footage. Now let's talk about VelociCoaster. Let's start by talking about the layout. For those who don't know, VelociCoaster is an Intamin launch coaster. It has multiple launches, and a similar coaster that is very renowned, and the same model, is Maverick at Cedar Point. Terron at Phantasialand is also really great. I've not been on that, so I'm going to talk about Maverick. Maverick is one of my favorite roller coasters. The intensity is amazing, the inversions are great, there's some airtime moments, the pacing is strong, and there's a lot of really fantastic elements to it. VelociCoaster seems to be Maverick on steroids. It's actually kind of similar to Helix at Liseberg, which is made by Mack Rides, and I think the layout of VelociCoaster looks amazing. The big airtime hills look great, the launches look powerful, the inversions look really strong. There's a lot of really sharp turns and outer banks that will definitely provide good ejector airtime. There's this one inversion that's incredibly tight and looks to be incredibly forceful. I think the layout looks like possibly Intamin's best, and they've made some really fantastic rides. So as far as that is concerned, this ride stands a chance at best in layout. Before I really knew a whole lot about this ride, I thought, okay, definitely best at Universal. Now I realize it's probably going to be best in Florida, US, and maybe even the world. But there's a few more things we need to discuss that make the ride even better, and possibly make it better than the world's best current coaster in my opinion, Steel Vengeance. It could also be Eejanaika or a couple of others. But will VelociCoaster be the world's best? Let's turn our attention to theming. As this ride is at Universal, you can expect it to have some pretty good theming. Universal has some really expensive, amazing roller coasters with great theming. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is their newest roller coaster, and it is immaculately themed. It's the most expensive coaster in the world as of right now, costing $300 million to make. And this ride looks amazing. You go through some rock tunnels, there's a lot of the futuristic type buildings from Jurassic World. You don't see a whole lot of other stuff outside of it, keeping the whole area very immersive. Plenty of trees had to be planted, Velociraptor statues and animatronics. There's a lot of audio that goes with it. This is definitely not the number one best themed ride at Universal or Islands of Adventure, but it's probably one of the best themed elite coasters out there. So the theming, which tends to add to a ride experience, is definitely a big plus for this ride, and does mean it has a chance at being the world's best. However, there is something that compares this ride to RMCs that I think gives VelociCoaster an edge over many of them and potentially will make it the best coaster in the world. That is the cars and restraints. Now, I love Maverick, but I think the restraints are pretty bad, honestly. I sometimes had some really bad pain, and the airtime is often hampered on some of my rides because I think it's not really great because the lap bar is normally pretty far down and does hurt my legs. And keep in mind, I'm not large, so it's not that I'm struggling to fit in the cars. I'm pretty well fit, but it just isn't great restraints. RMC restraints, I think, are the weakest parts of all their rides. They're not bad by any means, but the airtime could be better if they were fixed. Now, given that Maverick is the same manufacturer as VelociCoaster, it's possible that their restraints would not be great, but from what I've seen, the cars seem to massively improve the restraints, in a way that makes them much, much better, and much better for airtime's sake. I think this ride will be one of the best coasters in the world, when combining the layout, the theming, and the cars. Everything about the ride just seems next level. This is a new age for Universal. Incredibly innovative ride, really fantastic, easily better than Pantheon it looks like in my opinion, and I think it has potential. Do I think it will be number one in the world? It's tough to say before riding, but I think this will often appear in many people's top 10 coasters in the world list once it comes out. And those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you think VelociCoaster will be like. I think it looks like an absolutely fantastic, elite, top 10 coaster in the world. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content and to see when I make new videos. I'll see you next time.